Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Miami Heat rumors, Bam Adebayo set to receive lucrative extension in 2024 offseason, per Insider. One of the main talking points of the Miami Heat's 2024 offseason is the extension talks between the front office and some of their key players. And if recent reports are to be believed, the Miami Heat will start by giving one to Bam Adebayo. According to Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald, the Miami Heat is expected to give Bam Adebayo his next big payday soon because they see him as a foundational piece for the squad moving forward. As a foundational piece for the Heat, who is still a few years away from turning 30, the expectation is that Adebayo will receive a lucrative extension from the organization this offseason to keep him in Miami for years to come, wrote Chang. Bam Adebayo is coming off a robust 2023-24 campaign, averaging 19.3 points, 10.4 rebounds, and 3.9 assists per game in the regular season. During the playoffs, he averaged 22.6 points, 9.4 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game. The 26-year-old center became an NBA All-Star for the third time in his career, and he was also a top 3 finalist for the 2024 Defensive Player of the Year award. Besides getting a big contract extension, Bam Adebayo will represent Team USA alongside Miami Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra in the upcoming Paris Olympics. Before this upcoming stint for the national team, Adebayo started all 6 games for the Olympic gold medal team in Tokyo, Japan, averaging 6.3 points, a team-leading 5.7 rebounds, 1.3 steals, and 1.2 blocks in 19.3 minutes of action. Bam Adebayo's role is to provide the energy and do the dirty work for Team USA, especially since he'll get to play with Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, LeBron James, Drew Holiday, Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, and Kawhi Leonard taking care of the scoring load. Gilbert Arenas doesn't think Jimmy Butler is a top 20 player even if he plays 65 games in the regular season. Former NBA guard Gilbert Arenas took a shot at Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler's regular season play, claiming that he's not a top 20 player in the NBA, even if he increased the number of games he played in the regular season. This season, Butler appeared in just 60 games for the Heat during the regular season, which means he missed the NBA's 65-game threshold that he needed to complete to be eligible for awards such as the league's MVP, as well as an All-NBA nod this season. Kenyon Martin then asked Arenas if Butler is a top 15 or top 20 player in the NBA if he plays 65 games during the regular season. Arenas simply shook his head at the question and said, "Nah, Butler had a solid 2023-24 regular season, averaging 20.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 5.0 assists per game while shooting 49.9% from the field and a career-high 41.4% from beyond the arc." However, Butler averaged his fewest points per game since his first season in Miami, the 2019-20 campaign, when he averaged 19.9 points per game. He also was not named an All-Star during the 2023-24 season. It's possible that Butler's numbers would have looked better if he appeared in more regular season games, but Heat fans know that Butler finds a different gear in the playoffs. In 5 seasons with the Heat, Butler has led the team to 3 appearances in the Eastern Conference Finals and 2 appearances in the NBA Finals. When talking about Butler's next contract, or potential next contract, with the Heat, Arenas did give a nod to Butler's alter ego of Playoff Jimmy. What happens during that contract year? Like we know, contract players come up, and he decides to bring Jimmy, Playoff Jimmy, into the regular season to get to the 65. Arenas asked. "Now, I gotta pay him supermax." While Arenas may not believe that Butler's regular season play in the 2023-24 campaign was worthy of a top 20 player nod, it's clear he still has respect for what the Heat star can do in the playoffs. After Butler went down in the play-in tournament against the Philadelphia 76ers, the Heat ended up losing in the first round of the playoffs this season to the Boston Celtics. Hopefully, Butler can get healthy and lead the Heat on another run next season to prove that he's one of the game's top players. What the F.K. you gonna do? Shaquille O'Neal recalls important exchange he had with Dwayne Wade. Former Miami Heat big man and NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal revealed that he and star guard Dwayne Wade had a heated conversation during the 2006 NBA Finals. O'Neal wasn't playing to his usual standards in the first 2 games of the series, scoring just 5 points in Miami's Game 2 loss. From there, he told Wade to take over. "In the finals, we went down 0-2, he said. "We had a respectful conversation. Hey man, I'm getting double-teamed. I'm going through a divorce. I'm not playing good. What the you gonna do? Don't be looking for me. Motherf, go to work." And then he just turned it up, and that was how I was able to get number 4, 'cause I was playing terrible. O'Neal revealed that Gary Payton and Udonis Haslem were also a part of the conversation with Wade as well. "We had a respectful, hardcore conversation," O'Neal said. "And me, GP and Udonis, we put him in a room, like, yo man, the you gonna do?" O'Neal said that Wade unleashed something after that exchange, and the Heat ultimately went on to become NBA champions. Wade was terrific in each of Miami's wins, as the team took the next 4 games against the Dallas Mavericks to capture the first title of Wade's career. He scored at least 36 points in every matchup from Game 3 through Game 6, including 43 points in a 1-point Miami win in Game 5. A 3-time champion by the end of his NBA career, Wade had 36 points in that deciding Game 6. He averaged 34.7 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game while shooting 46.8% from the field for the entire series, earning the NBA Finals MVP award. While O'Neal clearly gave Wade a ton of credit for helping him get his 4th ring in his NBA career, the Hall of Fame center also played better in the final 4 games of the 2006 NBA Finals. O'Neal scored 16, 17, and 18 points in Games 3 through 5 in Miami, and he finished the series averaging 13.7 points and 10.2 rebounds per game. Even though O'Neal is seen as one of the most dominant players of all time, he still recognized when he needed to defer to Wade to help Miami win the series. It's possible that lesson helped Wade in the future, as he learned to take on a slightly smaller role when he teamed up with LeBron James and Chris Bosh later in his career to bring 2 more titles to Miami. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Shaquille O'Neal? Leave your opinion in the comments.